Welcome to a new guitar tutorial. Pink released a new album this Friday and there's a song with a nice guitar part in it. It's called Kids in Love. It's played by Pink featuring First Aid Kit. And today we have a look at the acoustic guitar part of the song. If you're interested in sheet music, you can go to my Patreon page. There you can download a full transcription, including tabs and regular notation. And if you enjoyed the lesson, please hit subscribe, ring the bell, leave a like and drop me a line in the comments. The song is in D flat major, but it's played with a capo on the first fret, so we're actually using the chords of C major. And the right hand is playing a kind of folk picking pattern, which I will show you later. First of all, we have a look at the chords of the intro section. We're starting on an F major chord. Here you can use this F bar chord. You bar the first fret, have the second finger on the second fret of the G string, third finger on the third fret of the A string, and the fourth finger on the third fret of the D string. Or you can also use this voicing type with the thumb for the root, so you have the thumb for the first fret of the low E string, the third finger on the third fret of the D string, second finger on the second fret of the G string, and now you only have to bar the B and the E string on the first fret. And the second chord is the C major chord. We have the third fret of the A string, the second fret of the D string, open G string, first fret of the B string, and we have also the fourth finger on the third fret of the high E string. Then the third chord is a G5 chord with a D in the bass. Here we have the open D string, the open G string, the third fret of the B string and the third fret of the high E string. And the fourth chord is a regular open A minor chord, open A string, second fret of the D string, second fret of the G string, first fret of the B string and the open E string. So once again, these four chords: F major for one bar, C major for one bar, the G5 over D for one bar, and then the A minor chord for one bar. And the right hand is picking some kind of folk picking pattern. We're only using the thumb, the index finger and the middle finger. And to explain the pattern, we're not using the F chord because it's a little bit hard to play for the left hand. So I would prefer to explain with the C major chord. And the pattern goes like this. On beat 1, we're playing the root note, in this case the A string. And then on beat 2, we have one more time the thumb, and now we're playing the G string. After that, we're playing the B string with our index finger. Then one more time the thumb on the G string. Then the middle finger on the high E string. Then one more time the thumb on the G string. And then one more time the B string with our index finger. So the complete pattern is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And I would recommend that you first try to practice this pattern, that you can play it without thinking about it. And for the other chords, we only have to change the first note of the pattern when we're playing the F chord. The first note or the first string we have to play is the low E string, and the rest of the pattern is played in the same way like we did on the C chord. So we have 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. One more time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And for the G5 over D chord, the lowest string that we're playing is the D string. So the first note that the thumb has to play is the D string, and once again the rest of the pattern is played in the same way. So for the G5 over D chord, the pattern is 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And for the A minor chord, the the first string or the first note we have to play is the open A string. So here we have 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. And if we combine the picking pattern with the chords of the intro section, it goes like this. We're starting on the F chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C chord. 2, and 3, and 4, and G5 over D. And the A minor chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and one more time. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C. And if you're listening closely to the song, or if you have a look at the transcription you can download on my Patreon page, then you will find out that there are some slight variations right before the chord changes. And this happens because if you're playing the song at tempo, you don't have too much time to do the chord changes, and you have to keep the finger picking going, and so there might some open strings happening. And it's possible to try to reproduce the way it's played in the original recording, but I would recommend, or I think the easier way is to just play the pattern and to play the chords and doing the chord changes, and these slight variations will happen automatically when you're doing the song in the original tempo. But nevertheless, I will show you the intro of the song with these slight variations. We're starting on the F chord, and for the first F chord, we're not only playing the low E string, we're playing the complete chord with our index finger, 1, and then we're playing the pattern, 2, and 3, and on 4 we start going to the C chord, so we have the open G string, and on 4 and we have the B string once again. So one more time this bar, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then we're going to the G5 over D, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then 4, and we're going to the A minor chord, so the last note of the third bar is the first fret of the B string. 1, and then we have the A minor chord, 2, and 3, and on beat 4 we only have the open G string and the open B string to have time to go back to the F chord. So one more time, this last 2 bars, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and. But as I mentioned before, I guess it's really easier only to change the chords, to play the picking pattern, and these slight changes will happen automatically. So this was the intro of the song, and these 4 bars are also played during the verse part, and we have to repeat these 4 bars 4 times, and this is the verse part of the song. After the verse there's an 8-bar pre-chorus going to D minor chord. D minor is the open D string, 2nd fret of the G string, 3rd fret of the B string, and the 1st fret of the high E string with the same pattern. 1, root note is the D string, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then we're going to the C chord again, 2, and 3, and 4, and then we have 2 bars of the G5 over D chord, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and these 4 bars are repeated. So 1 more bar of D minor, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C, and 1 more time, 2 bars of G5 over D. And then we're in the chorus part, and the chorus uses the same changes than the verse part, but in the chorus section every chord is played for 2 bars, so we have 2 bars of F major, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of G5 over D, and 2 bars of A minor, and these 8 bars are played 3 times with a slight variations in the last repetition. In the last repetition, we're playing 2 bars of F, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of G5 over D, and then we're doing a stop and we have a rest for 2 bars. So the last 4 bars of the chorus section go like this: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're in the next verse part. And the next verse is played like the first verse part. We have the F, the C, the G5 over D, and the A minor chord, which are played 4 times. And then there's another pre-chorus part, which is nearly the same like the first pre-chorus. There's only a stop in the repetition on the G chord, so the part goes like this: C, G over D, one more time the D minor chord, C, and then there's a stop on the G major chord for 2 bars. And then we're in the next chorus part, and the next chorus part is 2 bars of F, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of G5 over D, and 2 bars of A minor. And these 8 bars are played 3 times. And then it's a bridge part starting on D minor for 2 bars, played with the normal pattern, 2 bars of A minor, 2 bars of C, 2 bars of F, and then these 8 bars are repeated with a variation at the end. We're starting on the D minor again, 2 bars, A minor again, and for the last 4 bars we're staying on the C chord, stop on the 4 and on the 3rd bar of the C chord, and we let the chord ring during the next bar. So one more time the last 8 bars of the bridge part. 1, 4. And then we're in the last chorus section, and the last chorus section is played as the chorus before, with only a slight variation at the end. On the 3rd repetition, we're playing the G5 over D chord as we used to. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and we're ending on 1, 2, and on the A minor chord. So the complete last 8 bars of the song, we're starting on the F chord, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 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 1, 2, and 1, 2, and this is the complete guitar part of Kids in Love. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please hit subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, leave a like, drop me a line in the comments, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.